Student, now we know 1 AMU equal to 931 MeV. So today we will convert 1 U energy into kilogram energy into million electron volt. 1 U 1.6605 10 to the power minus 27. So E equal to mc square. C is the speed of light. We will get this will be equal to near about 1.49 10 to the power minus 10 joule, and this is the energy. We can convert this energy into electron volt. So by dividing 1.6 minus 19 electron volt, it will come 0.9315 into 10 to the power 9 electron volt, or we can say 931 into 10 to the power 9 electron volt. That means 9, this is 9, so 6 electron volt, it will be 931 million electron volt is the energy. So 1 U equal to this much energy. Now 1 U energy is this, so we can convert this energy. Now if we write E equal to mc square, energy is 931, so MeV, m into c square, so we can write 931 MeV by c square equal to m. So we have this substitution or this relation, 1 U equal to 931 by c square. Knowing this, if oxygen molecule in our first example, the mass defect was there, the mass defect, suppose the mass defect delta M is 0.1369. If mass defect is this, we can convert by using delta mc square. It will be equal to 0.1369 into c square. So directly you can write here U. For this U we can write 0.1369 into 931 by c square. So we will get the energy. This is mass actually. So mass will be, our mass will be 127.5 million electron volt upon c square. So it is mass, it is energy. So this much energy will required to break oxygen into its constituent particle. Then we have binding energy per nucleon. Binding energy is the minimum amount of energy required to bind the nucleus, and the binding energy curve is very similar, very simple curve. Here we have atomic mass, and here we have binding energy, and the binding energy curve will be nearly like this. And this curve this year we don't have in the syllabus, so the curve is like this. And here we have Fe. This point is corresponding to 8.75 million electron volt. This is our other elements. Here we have lithium, here we have oxygen and uranium 235. And the atomic mass, this is the iron, its atomic mass is 56. So this iron 56 is here, so this is 56, and the iron is the most stable element, and these elements are not stable. So these elements in the binding energy curve, this is binding energy per nucleon. So in this curve, the lighter elements, it can start from hydrogen, then here we have helium, then lithium. After lithium we will go to the carbon, oxygen, and then isotope of oxygen, one more, and then sulfur and iron. Iron 56 is the most stable element because it has the binding energy near about 8.75. So the binding energy per nucleon is maximum for iron, and it is 8.75 million electron volt, and that is why the iron is the most stable element in the periodic in this curve. This curve represents that the lower part, the lower or binding energy is lower for both light nuclei. Here we have light nuclei and here we have heavier nuclei. So light nuclei in the sense ki when the mass number is less than A is less than 10 or A is greater than 170, these two, this is light element, light, and this is heavy. So both are unstable. This light nuclei fuses into each other and they will do nuclear fusion, and heavier nucleus may break into, this is nuclear fusion and this will break, so they will do another nuclear reaction that is called nuclear fission. And the graph between, if you again draw the graph like this, not exactly, we will see this portion of the graph 30 to 170. इधर के सारे हल्के वाले इधर फ्यूजन में रिस्पॉन्सिबल रहते हैं, पीरियोडिक टेबल बाइंडिंग एनर्जी कर्व है ये अगर मान लो, और इधर हमारा मास नंबर है, तो 30 से लेके 70 तक के जो एलिमेंट रहते हैं वो स्टेबल होते हैं. एंड दैट गिव राइज द वन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कंक्लूजन टू अस दैट द न्यूक्लियर फोर्स इज शॉर्ट रेंज फोर्स. न्यूक्लियर फोर्स लगता है न्यूक्लियन में, लेकिन जो न्यूक्लियर फोर्स इज short range force. Short range force, it is very fundamental force. Nuclear force is very fundamental force, and it arises between the neutron and proton. Nuclear force, it arises inside the nucleus. If only neutron and proton है, तो proton repulsive force. So this repulsive force, and due to this repulsive force the proton may fly apart, but inside the nucleus we have one nuclear force, and the nuclear force is attractive in nature, attractive in nature. So if neutron splits into proton by exchange of pi minus, and neutron can convert into proton by exchange of pi meson. So this is called pi meson, meson particle. This is the Yukawa theory of nuclear force. Yukawa. So उन्होंने बताया कि न्यूक्लियस के बीच में जो फोर्स लगता है न्यूक्लियर फोर्स, वो पाई मेजन पार्टिकल के एक्सचेंज के कारण से लगता है. And this is the nuclear force, and nuclear force have the properties of nuclear force. First property होती है कि it is short range force है. Nuclear force is short range. Second, it is attractive in nature, and it is non-central force. Actually it is a non-central force in this, it means that electrostatic force between the charge particle, that this kind of force. Which force? This force, charge particle q1 q2 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. So this force, it is sometimes attractive and repulsive, and acts along the line. ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स भी जो लाइन है ना, उस लाइन के अलाउंग लगता है, लेकिन इसलिए उसको सेंट्रल फोर्स बोलते हैं. दिस फोर्स इज नॉन सेंट्रल फोर्सेस, and it acts in any direction. Fourth one is, it is non-conservative force. Also the one more characteristic, non-conservative force. And then it is also of spin dependent. बहुत बड़ी बात है, it is spin dependent. And if we plot the graph for the potential energy of nuclear force graph, so potential energy curve for the nuclear potential energy versus distance, the graph will be like this. And here we have distance 1, and here we have 2 3. So this graph is like this. The distance, it is in Fm. Here attractive if the distance r0, and we know r0 is 1.2 10 to the power minus 15 meter. So here attractive in nature. If nucleons are far apart, then it will be attractive in nature, and when it is very very close, then it may becomes the repulsive in nature. Generally it is attractive only. And then we have, as we have mentioned, that there are two processes are very 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 important as far as the binding energy curve is considered or concerned. One is called the nuclear fission and fusion. So nuclear fission, what happened in case of the nuclear fission, that we will see. In nuclear fission, the heavy nucleus the heavy nucleus is split into light particle. Like when we bombarded uranium-235 with the slow energetic particles like neutron, so uranium will split into two parts. 92 पहले तो बनाएगा वो, this is called the trans-uranium element, and then this trans-uranium element will break into barium and krypton. So barium 56 and krypton 36, here 92 141, plus it will emit 3 neutron. Now these neutron also do the nuclear reaction, so the 3 neutron will also bombard over the uranium element. So here suppose the uranium, they bombard over the uranium atom, then each reaction will eject 3 more neutron. जैसे ये uranium अगर break होगा तो barium and krypton will form and it will emit 3 neutron. Then this uranium will break, so it will form barium and krypton and emit 3 neutron. And then this barium will also break, and this is 3 more neutrons. So 1 neutron, then 3 neutron came here. In the first reaction we have 3 neutron. These 3 neutron will bombard over the 3 more atom of uranium and emit 9 neutron. These 9 neutron eject over the 9 atom of uranium, and it will, number of neutron will come like this. And in each process some amount of energy is released. So when large number of protons are released and energy is released, then it is called the nuclear bomb, because this reaction is uncontrolled. Nuclear fusion में uncontrolled chain reaction, it is called uncontrolled chain reaction, and energy is released uncontrolled manner, and then we will get the nuclear bomb. This is one process, and the place where we can control this fission reaction. Fission reaction can be controlled in a place, that place is called, fission reaction can be controlled in a place, and that place is called nuclear reactor. Nuclear reactor is that place where we can control this reaction. So we have one nuclear reactor in BARC, Bhabha Atomic Research Center. Apart from Bhabha Atomic Research Center, Narora, Kalpakkam, Rawatbhata are the places. There we have nuclear reactor, and that nuclear reactor is like this, in which the fuel we get the uranium rods, and these uranium rods are there. Apart from the uranium rods, we have the cadmium rods, and we have the graphites also. तो ग्रेफाइट और बोरॉन की रॉड होती है. सो ग्रेफाइट और बोरॉन they make the fast moving neutrons slow, and that cadmium and boron, cadmium, it has here graphite only, and heavy water D2O. D2O is called heavy water. D2O and graphite have the same work. They slow down the neutron, and then out of 3 neutron, if 2 neutron is absorbed by the, it is absorber, out of 3 neutron, if 2 neutrons are absorbed, then there will be no 1 neutron will left, and energy will emit in a controlled manner, and that is called the critical reactor. Critical reactor is that reactor which converts electrical nuclear energy into electrical energy. तो होता ऐसा है कि जो एनर्जी बनी यहाँ पर, बॉम्ब तो यहाँ पे भी बनता है, उस बॉम्ब के बनने के बाद जो हीट डेवलप होती है, दैट हीट इज ट्रांसफर टू द वाटर गेट्स बॉइल्ड, steam is formed, and then due to that steam, turbine is rotated inside the magnet, and induction will take place, and due to that the heat energy, electricity is generated. This is the process in nuclear reactor, how the energy is generated. And the 5 reactor in India, nuclear energy is very good energy as far as the source is concerned, but it creates the residue that will be the residue after the reaction, which is again the radioactive, and which gives us the radiation, harmful radiation like gamma rays and beta rays, which causes the different diseases in the person. Hence this is good and costly. So one more thing is there in the binding energy curve. We have seen the light element. The light element, when they fuses into each other, then it is one more process that is called the nuclear fusion, and this process takes place at a very high temperature. We can say that this process takes place at near about the temperature of the sun, 10 to the power 7 Kelvin, and at that high temperature the material, it is in the state of the plasma, and the reaction takes place between the hydrogen atoms, and thermonuclear reaction, in which one hydrogen fuses into another hydrogen and forms the deuterium and release the energy neutrino particle, and this is the electrons antiparticle, which was given by Anderson, and then energy 0.42 million electron volt. Then this 1H2 react with the one more proton and give rise the 2He3, and again gamma rays, and the energy is released, and that energy is near about 5.49, and finally the reaction takes place. Then this 2He4, 2He3 plus 2He3, it converts into 2He4 and give rise the 2 more proton it emits, and energy is released near about 12.86 million electron volt, and that is the nuclear fusion reaction. But the fusion reaction is not possible on the earth practically, because the temperature is very high and the state is plasma, but it is very environmental friendly. You know, the plasma is what the plus and minus charge particles are there. So basic thing about the nuclear fusion is what, how to perform. पहली बात तो इतना टेम्परेचर लाओगे कहाँ से? सो 10 to the power 7 केल्विन का टेम्परेचर पर ही रिएक्शन हो सकती है. सो दैट टेम्परेचर वी कैन ब्रिंग बाय पासिंग हाई करंट, and then at this high temperature, 10 to the power 7, the material will be almost in a molten state. Iron has melting point 1600 to 2400 डिग्री सेल्सियस. तो दुनिया में तो हमारे पास आयरन ही है. तो where to confine, that is plasma confinement thing is there. So people are using the magnetic bottles, in which magnetic bottles they will confine this plasma, magnetic bottle, to confine plasma, because in that we will use the toroidal magnetic field, and as we have mentioned, at 10 to the power 7 Kelvin all the particles are in the ionized state, so the particles will remain in air. वो हवा में रहेंगे particles. So it is the magnetic bottle, and by that way we can perform the nuclear fusion in the laboratory in coming years. Today it is not possible. Today the nuclear fusion on Earth is not possible, but in future definitely we will get success to conduct this reaction on the Earth. Thank you. This much only. You can ask question and read more about the magnetic bottles, plasma confinement, fusion, fission. Thank you. Thank you.